wish somebody would've told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you forget, and all these reckless nights you regret.
The COVID-19 situation enters a new phase in the Philippines.
Classes will be suspended in NCR.
Until the COVID-19 vaccine is available, I will not allow the traditional face-to-face teaching or learning unless
Every day started to feel the same since the pandemic began. Same routine over and over again. It's like a never-ending loop that I'll be going to experience in the meantime. I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, make my bed, do house chores, attend online classes, sleep, and then repeat them the next day. But as time passed, I became so used to these routines and everything was fine, not until I woke up the next morning. I missed my morning alarm, and it appears that the days are getting heavier and attending online classes is challenging. Sometimes, I have classes until 5 p.m. and due to too much exposure in gadgets and prolonged sitting, I always experience back pain, neck pain, my eye grades are getting high, and they are becoming more dry. The unnecessary noise coming from the outside, the slowness, and the sudden loss of internet connection disrupt my classes. At night, I use my time to study and answer some of my activities because I need to babysit my nephew in the morning. However, things are getting better day by day. And I overcome those challenges thanks to myself, to all my loved ones, my friends, and my dreams in life.
In these times of isolation felt like a never-ending cycle of repetitive tasks that becomes more dull as the day comes. It is unusual for me to not be able to go outside so easily that I need to find other ways to cure my boredom throughout this pandemic. Staying inside the house the whole day is not new for me. I adjusted finally at the beginning, but I slowly realized that I am trapped inside. I found it somewhat difficult to adjust to this current situation without knowing when will this end. By not having an option to go outside makes me feel rather uncomfortable. The freedom taken away from me. All I can do is do chores, attend classes, and other activities that I can only do inside the house. It became rather monotonous and sometimes miserable for me as I realized that this is all I can do for the time being. Having the motivation to attend online classes every day throughout the week drains me physically and mentally. As much that I am a techie person, having to look at a screen the whole day can be tiresome even for me. There's something different in the way we absorb information in face-to-face classes that this mode of learning cannot provide. I found it more difficult to be able to fully grasp the information being presented that I sometimes fall behind in lessons, which make me feel stressed. As the submission of requirements increases, so is my stress. I often find myself restless as I need to catch up with so many things with so little time. As I lose confidence in myself, so too is my motivation. It can be stressful sometimes that it affects my physical health and my mental health. Finding a new hobby greatly helps on the way I cope during this pandemic, as it gave me a new activity to bring my attention to. It also gives me something to look forward to, whether be it a minor sense of accomplishment or joy. Either way, this is enough for me to keep going. But in the end, being in this situation gave me the opportunity to think and reflect about myself, what I want to do, who do I do this for. This allows me to better know myself, and I think that that is the most positive experience that I have gotten during this pandemic.
Health is wealth, as the saying goes. But I grew up as someone who was more concerned with their grades than their health. I'd rather work than eat dinner and get enough sleep. Since my father passed away when I was a baby, I've grown up to be self-sufficient. I'm aware of the pressure and I've chosen to live with it. It helped me to grow and become more responsible. However, it was not until the pandemic began that it started to impair not only my physical health but also my mental health. For an extrovert like me, staying at home to study and not being around my peers was a difficult adjustment. How can I enjoy my first year of college if I feel locked up? Now, scrolling over these pages makes me feel pressured and less motivated. When watching lecture videos, I often lose concentration and attention. I also try to take notes in order to better understand the lecture, but this did not help. It's hard, very hard. Having breakdowns because you can keep up with your studies is no joke. But being resilient is crucial in today's world. We should be able to recover rapidly from hardships. Just take each day as it comes. I stay motivated by starting my day with a cup of hot coffee and my favorite music. Now that we can go out, I usually play my favorite sport or work out when I have spare time. And of course, I do some of my responsibilities one by one so I won't have to be worried. It takes effort to stay motivated. We must set our intentions and select actions that keep us on track. During the pandemic, I acquired 3 key lessons. The first thing to remember is that everyone is going through some struggles in life, so try to be kind and understanding. Second, prioritize self-care, particularly for your mental health. And finally, keep your eyes on the prize. Don't allow anything to prevent you from attaining what you desire, because it is you. Nothing can stand in your way.
Learning through these difficult times has been tough for me. It is challenging to adjust for students like myself who are used to going to school in person to the daily lack of routine. Every day, I attempt to muster up the motivation to turn on my computer while I sulk in front of a blank screen. But then, every time my hand approaches the button, it hesitates. Instead, I walk to the door. And take a peek outside. Realized I won't be going outside for the rest of the day. I return back to my seat and I switch on my computer. In an effort to find something to occupy the stillness, since the sound of silence makes me feel uneasy enough. However, the moment I open it, I feel the pressure of the entire world fall on my chest. I just couldn't help to feel overwhelmed with the tasks that I am supposed to do, since there are times that I couldn't follow and understand the lessons, which is why I try to stay up at night and find video lectures that might help me to keep up and understand the lesson further. Some students thrive in this type of independence. And one thing is for sure, I am not one of those students. But despite these challenges, I still manage to get through them with the support of my family and friends. They have been my rest, home, and inspiration when I am facing these challenges. All these efforts that I do every day, it is all for them.